I am never going to the ER again. 12-Hour Shift is brought to us by director Bree Grant and stars Angela Bettis as ER nurse Mandy. We follow Mandy over the course of a 12-hour shift, but not just any 12-hour shift, but quite possibly the worst fucking 12-hour shift ever had. Murder, prison escapes, and Mick Foley, and that's just part of the night. But Mandy's not in the total clear here. You see, Mandy has been harvesting organs for the black market from the recently deceased. And she's recently brought her dumbass cousin Regina into the fold as the transporter of said organs to the criminals who are buying them. It seems like Mandy's got a pretty good racket going until Regina accidentally misplaces some of the organs. And then the criminals, headed up by wrestling legend Mick Foley, come looking for their organs, which they say that if she doesn't have them to give to her, then they're just gonna take them from Regina. So in an act of desperation, when Regina disguises herself as a nurse in the hospital and suddenly people start turning up dead, Mandy has to figure out A, where to get these organs from, B, how to clean up this whole fucking mess of the evening, and C, how to somehow come out at the end of this shift without being in handcuffs. 12-Hour Shift is about as dark a comedy as you can get. This is some dark humor, and it's not going to be for everybody. But those of you that it is targeted at, including myself, are going to fucking love it. I found this movie to be fucking hilarious. However, I do think I have a psychotic side to myself I haven't found yet. Might explain why I find shit like this really fucking funny, but whatever. The story moves at a lightning fast pace. It starts and just goes, and does not stop until the very end of the movie. It has a very frantic, non-stop, just hectic pace to it. But it is all very well constructed. It's never confusing or anything. This pace works very well here. Something that you'll never be in this movie is bored. Regardless if you like the movie or the humor, you can't say that you're ever bored because this movie is so frantic that it's just constantly something going on. Also, it is funny as hell for the right audience. Now, this isn't like slapstick, funny, ha-ha comedy. No, this is like people ironically dying kind of comedy. You gotta be able to find some humor in that to find the humor within this movie. The vast majority of the characters in this movie are pretty fucking deplorable, so you gotta be able to get on board with really deplorable characters as well. The movie also has a bit of a mean streak, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I don't really like that in movies, but it does kind of work here. So just keep these things in mind when going into this movie. Mean streak, real shitty people, and some pretty deplorable comedy. Holy shit, what does that say about me? I really kind of feel bad about the fact that I like this movie now. But I did! Now, while the story definitely allows this comedy to happen, what really makes it all work, what really keeps it afloat is the character. And that word, characters, that is what everyone in this movie is. There's nobody just like in the background. Everybody here is a fucking character. Oddly enough, Betty's Mandy, the pill-snorting, organ-harvesting junkie, is the most normal person in the entire movie. Her deadpan, non-amused, straight-faced attitude throughout the entire movie just really sells a lot of the comedy. Like some really crazy, out there, fucked up shit will happen, and she'll just kind of be like, that's unfortunate. It's a great performance, and some of the most genuinely funny moments in the movie are due to Mandy's reaction to things that are happening. Now, while Mandy is the main character in the movie, she is not the only one. As I said, everybody here is a character of some sort. There's no normal people in this world. Everybody's real heightened and just kind of fucking out there in some way. Chloe Farnworth as Mandy's dumbass cousin is the source of many of the issues that come up over the course of this 12-hour shift. And as with many fucking idiots in cinematic history, she is a joy to watch and a source of great comedy throughout this movie. Another standout would be Mandy's co-worker Karen, played by Nakia Gamby-Turner. Anytime Turner's Karen shows up on screen, you know she's gonna say something that's gonna be funny as hell. The rest of the cast does a great job as well. There's no bad performances here. Everybody's performance is a bit heightened at times, but it all really works within the confines of this movie. We get a little bit of David Arquette for a while, showing us that he's still got it. And the aforementioned Mick Foley shows up, but he's only in the movie for just a few minutes, and he doesn't really have a whole lot to do. Either way, it was still fun to see Cactus Sack on the screen again, and overall, everybody here did a really good job in the performance department. Now, something else about this movie that is pretty good is its gore. It's not like insanely over the top, but when it happens, it does kick in, and it looks really realistic. Now, this isn't like gore in a horror movie. While there is a lot of it, and it does look very real, it's all done to comedic effect for the most part. But either way, it still does look really good, and the production design in the movie as a whole is very convincing, believable, and overall done very well. Guys, at the end of the day, there's not a whole lot more to say about 12-Hour Shift. It was funny as hell in that kind of demented, mean-spirited way. While yeah, there is that mean streak there, it never quite crosses the line to make it unpleasant. While this humor is not going to be for everybody, the ones that it is for are going to love it. It's got a really entertaining story with a fantastically frantic pace, some great character performances, and when the red stuff flows, it looks real good. And because of all of that, 12-Hour Shift is absolutely 100% worth a rent.
All he wanted was, hey, this.
I have to return some videotape.
If you like your comedies dark with a bit of a mean streak, and you're not too afraid of some gratuitous shots of blood and guts, then check out 12-Hour Shift one night, and I think you'll have a good time with it. So there it is, guys, my review of 12-Hour Shift. If you enjoyed and want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and help my little channel grow. If you liked what I had to say, give me a like. If not, let me know in the comments below why. And as always, stay sexy, Little Rock.
Why would you bring this cousin of yours into this if you knew she would kill people?
I sometimes have too much faith in humanity.
That is what I like about you.
After watching this movie, I gotta wonder if shit like this actually happens in ER. Maybe not exactly like this. I know that the movie's kind of heightened and over the top, but like something like it. They say that all fiction comes from some source of truth. So I gotta wonder, is there an ER out there where nurses are kind of helping people along in their deaths so that they can harvest their organs and sell them to a retired wrestler? I mean, if so, then I've got some major issues with the American healthcare system. Looking at the news recently though, that's probably the least of the issues that the American healthcare system has right now. And that is probably about as political as I will ever get on this channel.